Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Video in the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packer rebuild. That's right, we started in 2007, 2008, and we are continuing to rebuild the Green Bay Packers with, of course, Aaron Rodgers as our quarterback. Is he going to be the quarterback for the entirety of the series? I don't know. He's starting to get a little bit better, but we are getting up there in age, and you know how Madden does not like old quarterbacks. So it's going to be a touch-and-go kind of scenario with how we deal with Aaron Rodgers. I think he can still lead us to a championship, but we're going to find out. If you guys going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's continue rebuilding the Green Bay Packers. Here is the team we start with in this episode. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, starting quarterback, 79 overall, star development, but he is 28 years old, which in Madden terms is not good. In real life, that's the prime of your life right there. That's when you're going to be your best. But in Madden, getting up there close to 30 is a bad sign. It's almost the death note. So we got to keep an eye out on Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how he does this year. He's got some weapons, though. He's got Arian Foster. He's got Darren McFadden. He's got Calvin Johnson, Percy Harvin, AJ Green, Doug Baldwin, and Julio Cruz. Julian Edelman and Victor Cruz is all of the weapons he has on the receiving core, with Vernon Davis, with a revamped offensive line, including both rookies Brandon Brooks and David DeCastro. So, I mean, he's got everything he could ever need on the offense. And his defense is even better. He's got J.J. Watt. He's got Mario Williams. He's got Clay Matthews, who had 30.5 sacks last year. He's got Gerard Mayo. He's got A.J. Hawk and James Laurinaitis. He's got Bam Bam Cam and Bob Sanders, who we might move on from in this episode. He's got Leon Hall and Sherm and Sam Shields and Jarrett Bush and Jason McCourty and Geno Atkins and Greg Hardy. He's got quite the roster with him. So if Aaron Rodgers can't develop with the roster that we've put together for him, then we just got to move on and get a different guy. That's just the plain and simple of it. The draft class, on the other hand, is going to be where we get crazy. What draft class is it? I don't remember. Is it 2009? No, it's not 2009. We already did this one, right? Was this the one we just had last year? I guess we can find out if we go to the guards and we see the guards that we drafted. There's Alex Boone. I don't remember what draft class we're in, if I'm being totally honest with you. Is it 20? What draft class did we just do? Okay, so this is what, episode 5? So that means 2008 draft class was 1, 2009, 2010, 2011. So are we in 2012? The 2012 draft class? Let me go to 2011. I know that's Von Miller and all the boys. Is this the draft class we just did? Does this have Brandon Brooks and all the boys? No, so that means 2012 was the draft class that we just did, right? I'm all confused. I don't remember what draft class we just did. I think this is the right draft class. No, this is the one that we just did. Yeah, there's David DeCastro. Okay, perfect. So I found it. So 2012 is the one we just did. So 2013 is the draft class that we need to load in. 2013 is the draft class. There we go. Now we're here. I mean, this isn't a very good draft class, but at least we're on target for what I'm remembering. So here we go. Quarterback. I mean, this is not a quarterback class. You got Geno Smith, I guess. The running backs, you got Le'Veon Bell, you got Gio Bernard, you've got Monty Ball and Eddie Lacy, Latavius Murray, Theo Riddick. Okay. You got Kyle Juszczyk in this class. Wide receivers, Tavon Austin, DeAndre Hopkins, Cordell Patterson, Bobby Trees, Keenan Allen. We're in a good spot at receiver, so it's not like we need to go hard on receiver. but there's some options here. I saw Adam Thielen. I'll put him on there. We know how Adam Thielen is. He's a low overall superstar development, so it's not a big deal. Tyler Eifert could be a nice replacement tight end. So could Zach Ertz. Travis Kelce's obviously available. Offensive line, there's some good players here. Definitely could add to the offensive line. I would not hate that. Travis Frederick would be an amazing center, but we already have some pretty good center depth, so we don't need him that much. We would probably need tackle, I would say. Although we have Teron. Wait, who do we have? What's his name? Smith. We have the Cowboy tackle. I forget his first name first. I don't know why I'm blanking on his first name. We have him. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. I gotta go see what it is now. Ziggy Ansah. I'll put John Simon on there just because I like John Simon. Deion Jordan, I guess, because that could be fun for the memes. This is just not that good of a class, if we're being totally honest. There's not a whole lot of value in this class. Barkevius Mingo, Alec Ogletree. Manti Te'o, Kevin Minter, Jamie Collins, John Bostic, Gerald Hodges, D. Milliner. No, I put Deion Jordan on there for the memes. I'm not putting D. Milliner on there for the memes. At some point, you got to say no. Big play Slay, though, could be really good. We do need corner. I think corner is probably our biggest need. So I will put a bunch of corners on this board, because I do think corner is going to be a huge need for us. Free safety, I'll put a few free safeties on there. I am thinking about, like I mentioned, I think we do probably need to trade Bob Sanders. I think that's going to be the best course of action. I think Bob Sanders is a very good player. Obviously, we signed him in free agency a while ago. But if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is the last year of his deal. So we would eat about a $10.5 million penalty, but I think trading Bob Sanders at the end of the year is going to be the best course of action. I just think it's going to be the smartest thing to do. So I'm going to assimilate to the halfway point of the season, see how Aaron Rodgers does in this 28-year-old season, and go from there. We have gotten to week number 8, and we're 7-0. We are playing the 7-0 Cowboys, but it looks like Aaron Rodgers has finally gotten his crap together. I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. I am 100 here for it. If Aaron Rodgers is going to figure it the F out, then I'm going to be happy about it. Week number 8, and we're undefeated? I'll take it. I will take it. He's an 80 overall now. All of my entire offensive line is superstar development. It's Tyron Smith. I remembered. The offense is looking amazing. Arian Foster is developing. The boys are looking clean and crispy and sexy and delicious. You love to see it. Bam Bam Cam is getting upgraded. Bob Sanders is doing his thing. I mean, this team is just cruising for a bruising, and it looks like we might be cruising to a playoff appearance. Playoffs? But we do have to play the Dallas Cowboys, who are also undefeated. Who will be still undefeated? It will not be us. I would have bet so much money that we were going to lose that game, because that's just how Madden does it. That's just what Madden does. If you got two undefeated teams playing against each other, it is almost a guarantee that you are not going to be the one that stays undefeated. But that's okay, because we are 7-2 now. So since I brought you guys into the video again, we've lost 2 games. Go away. Go. Why are you ruining my vibes? The focus players for the 2013 NFL draft class, I mean, there's not a whole lot here, is there? There's not a whole lot here. I'm not going to waste it on, like, DeAndre Hopkins. We know DeAndre Hopkins is going to be good, so I'm not going to waste it on DeAndre Hopkins. But I will waste one on Keenan Allen just to figure out a little bit more about him. I'll use one on Zach Ertz because that could be useful. And then I'll use one on... You know what? I want to use one on Deion Jordan, because I want to know how bad this man really is. What's his true talent projection? As my controller disconnects once again. There we go. I want to know what his true talent projection is. Is he potentially undrafted, as bad as he is in real life? Negotiations. We have negative money and positive players that need to come back to this organization. So, do we need to win a Super Bowl this year and then let everybody else walk? That's a possibility. It looks like it's going to happen. I'm going to simulate to the end of the season, and we'll see how we finish. Hopefully, we don't choke this away. We've wrapped up the season, and Aaron Rodgers has got the job done. I guess he heard me criticizing him in the media, and he said, let me go sit in a dark room for 3 months, and I'll figure it the F out. And he did. 14-3, #1 seed in the NFC, and the boys are here. Aaron Rodgers, 3,900 yards, 35 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, a 70% completion percentage. That is quite the season. Arian Foster, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Another very, very good season. No 1,000-yard receiver is quite surprising, but people that were pretty close, Percy Harvin and Calvin Johnson, both very, very close. 8 touchdowns for Harvin, 7 for Calvin. And then defensively, Nick Collins had 124 tackles. Earl Thomas had 76. Tackle velocity was Clay Matthews with 16, 14 for Mario, 11 for Nick. And then 25 sacks. It's not as much as 30, but it's still very good for Clay Matthews, and 23 for Mario Williams. So that's just a dominant 1-2 punch right there. Interception leader was Cam with 3, and then a couple guys had 1. Okay, so that's quite the season. I will say that much. I do want to check how the team looks. The team is pretty good. Aaron Rodgers looking good. Looking juicy. I think we're getting some good development from everybody. I really do. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a very good player. Too bad we don't have a backup for him. But I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to continue to develop. I think even this year, depending on regardless of if we get to the Super Bowl or not, I think he does get a development upgrade to superstar, which will be very, very useful. I do think that's going to be possible. So that's something to look forward to. But we are going to have a backup plan at some point because, I mean, he's already going to be 29. He's getting higher overalls, but it might be a little bit too late for the young man. We are playing the Arizona Cardinals in the divisional round of the playoffs. Are we going to get to the NFC Championship? We certainly will by a big margin, 37-17 over the Arizona Cardinals. I am going to jump in and play in the NFC title game because I think that could be a fun way to get more gameplay involved in case we don't go to the Super Bowl. So let's jump in, play against the Saints, and hopefully some good things happen. We're jumping in here. It's a snowy, cold day in Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Can we get the job done here? Go to the Super Bowl. This is the NFC Championship. There's no bigger game in the NFC than this one. A trip to the title game on the line, and I got to throw that one away so quickly. It's not even funny. It's not even any sort of funny business going on there. I had to throw that away so quickly. But that's okay, because I like Percy Harvin here, middle of the field. Don't even move your feet. Just find Percy Harvin down the field for a big-time bucket. And then we go Packers curls. And we try to find another open man. And it's going to have to be Megatron. Oh, that's not Megatron. That's A.J. Green, but he still made the catch regardless. 4 verticals. Percy Harvin, I need you to burn some oil. Burn the midnight oil, Percy. Aaron Rodgers. Calvin could have caught that on the back end. He didn't do it. Rodgers had an incomplete pass. Very inaccurate pass as well. And we're going to have to run this ball on 3rd and 2 here. Can Arian Foster get it? Yes, he can, but it's going to be a holding call. 3rd and 12 now. That is brutal. Very brutal. That's heartbreaking, if we're being totally honest. The Titans with Vince Young are playing in the Super Bowl. Did they win it a year last year? I feel like they were in the Super Bowl with Vince Young before in this series. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like that's a thing. Vernon Davis, big catch on 3rd and 12. What a catch from Vern. That was a good throw from Rodgers as well. And I'm going to fire it in. AJ Green, he holds on and falls forward to the 1. AJ Green with an immaculate reception. And then we go Calvin to finish the job. It's a touchdown for the Packers. That was quite the drive right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was quite the drive. What will the Saints do? They will go down and score as well. So I guess it's kind of simple for the Saints to do the same thing. Seems to be a back and forth type of game. I don't necessarily like that. There we go. 21-10, starting to create some separation here. That's good. 24-10. Let's keep it going, keep it moving, keep it rolling. 31-10, 31-17. And that is going to be the ball game. The Green Bay Packers will head to the Super Bowl to take on the Tennessee Titans. Man, I guess I was right to criticize Aaron Rodgers because it woke him up. It woke him the F up, and he has got our team to the bowl to play against Vince Young and the Tennessee Titans. I can't believe I even said that sentence, but we are one game away from being the best team in the world. Packers, Titans, the Lombardi's on the line. David DeCastro gets an upgrade point. I guess all there's left to say is, let's go make history. It is the Super Bowl. Packers, Titans. Can we get the job done with Aaron Rodgers? This would be a fitting way to wrap up Aaron Rodgers' story, to be honest, because he's getting up there in age. We talked about it this entire episode. He's 28, almost 29, maybe even 29 at this point. Is it a fitting way to wrap up Aaron Rodgers' time in Green Bay? Get him one Super Bowl here, and then maybe look for a replacement in an upcoming draft? I don't know. We've got 2014. We're not going to take a quarterback in this draft, obviously. But we've got 2014 coming up. That's got Derek Carr in it. That's got a couple of quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater, Jimmy Garoppolo. A couple quarterbacks. 2015 has got some players. I can't remember exactly who's in that draft class. Who's in the 2015 draft? It's, I almost got picked off. Who's in the 2015 draft? It is, it's Jameis and Marcus. So that's a couple of replacement options. 2016 has Jared Goff. And somebody else, whoever went ahead of Jared Goff. Man, I really sold that possession, didn't I? Who went ahead of... it's Carson Wentz. That's right. So that's the 2016 draft. And then, obviously, 2017, you've got Mahomes and Deshaun Watson and all the boys. So, I mean, that is a draft, but I don't really want to wait that long. I feel like we need to... If we're going to get a replacement for Aaron Rodgers, we probably need to get the replacement within the next couple of seasons. And we don't have to draft a quarterback. We've always drafted quarterbacks. Maybe we could trade a quarterback. Trade for a quarterback. That could be pretty fun. We've never done that before. As the Tennessee Titans are pretty much whooping my booty. 2 minutes to go in the game. We have all of our timeouts. I really needed to get a touchdown on that last drive that I was in. But I didn't do it because I suck. But oh my God, that's a touchdown. How did he drop that? Megatron, you sold the biggest of ways. I can't believe he dropped that. That was a touchdown. I didn't want to go aggressive catch because I feel like he would have dropped that guaranteed if I would have went aggressive. That's a holding call, and it's going to be a touchdown. Of course it is. How do you have a holding call and a touchdown play like that, man? It's going to be Trent Williams, too. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. A touchdown reversed because of a hold by Trent Williams, our Hall of Fame left tackle, and that's going to be intercepted. That's the ball game. Aaron Rodgers will not win a Super Bowl in this season. Vince Young will best him this year. But we did get to the Super Bowl, so I guess that's a promising thing. And we would have had the win if we would have had a not a hold from Trent Williams. So you can hate on Trent Williams, but don't hate on me. I didn't do that. Yeah, I just threw the interception that ended the game, but I mean, was I really going to win in the first place? No, probably not. But we got to the Super Bowl, which is really good. Next year, we just got to win it. We just got to win it next year, and that's pretty easy to do. It's easy to win a Super Bowl. Easy. Just ask any NFL player. It's very easy to win a Super Bowl. It's light work. Do it in your sleep. Upgrade players. I don't think I'm going to be able to trade Bob Sanders because we're negative money. I could go and restructure some contracts, but I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Randall Cobb, of all people, is the MVP of the Super Bowl. We let him go. Peyton Manning is the MVP of the league on the Eagles. Emmanuel Sanders, Player of the Year, offensively. Sean Merriman is the Defensive Player of the Year. Russell Wilson for the Panthers and Fletcher Cox for the Browns are your Rookies of the Year. So quite the weird universe we're in right now, quite the weird timeline. We'll go to the re-sign period. I'm probably going to have to restructure a few contracts to be able to bring a couple of guys back. That's what it's kind of leaning towards right now. Because we're negative $16 million. That's not horrible. But, I mean, we need Earl Thomas back, so we're going to accept the option on that. We need Trent Williams back, even though he cost us the Super Bowl. We need anybody else? Nope, that's it. Okay, so... But there's so many good players here that I want to bring back. We just don't have the money to do that. Let's restructure a few contracts and then free up enough money to trade Bob Sanders so we can at least get something for him. So we'll go to the most expensive contracts and we will restructure a few of them and hope that this frees up enough money to afford to trade Bob Sanders. All right, let's try that. So does that free up enough positive money to trade Bob Sanders? 11.7, perfect. That allows us to trade Bob Sanders, and we can at least get something for him. So Bob is on the way out. We can get Vontae Davis, who would be an amazing corner. He's only, what, 25, did I say? We can get Rob Gronkowski in a second-round pick. Oh, my God. I might have to... Oh, my God, we can get Stephon Gilmore and a first-round pick. This is crazy. I knew he was going to have good value, but I thought maybe he would have less value because he's 32. But he's got crazy value. Do we do the Stephon Gilmore trade, get an extra first? Yeah, it's pick 31, but it's still a first-round pick this year. Or next year, actually, it's a pick, which would be even better, probably. Or do we do the Rob Gronkowski trade and have Vernon Davis and Rob Gronkowski? I kind of want Rob Gronkowski, but Stephon Gilmore is going to develop so well, and 2014's draft is so good. Aaron Donald, Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, there's just it's talent on talent on talent. Odell Beckham Jr. There's so many players in the 2014 draft that could help this team. And I mean, we get Stephon Gilmore, so I kind of want to do this. I'm going to do that. That's a huge trade. We get Stephon Gilmore to add to the cornerback room, which is not too shabby by any means. I really like that. I really like that a lot. We probably need to trade Jarrett Bush now. We need to trade Jarrett Bush. I wonder if I could trade Jarrett Bush for Rob Gronkowski. Let me go to the Chiefs. Is there a way that I can get Rob Gronkowski on this team? Let me get rid of that. There's no offers. So Bob Sanders was the only man they were willing to trade away or to receive from our team to get Rob Gronkowski on this one. What about if I persuaded you to give me a player? I could give them Gerard Mayo. I mean, he's got 1 year on his deal. We have Bobby Wagner as his replacement, basically. So it's not like we'd be out of luck if we got rid of Gerard Mayo. He is very good, though. Tight end, Vernon Davis, Greg Olsen. What about if I didn't give up Gerard Mayo? What about if I gave up James Laurinaitis? That hurts my soul. But what about if I gave up James Laurinaitis? Plus, I went to 2015. Oh, we have a lot of picks in 2014. Okay. What about if I went to 2015 and gave you a third-round pick? Okay, they're feisty. They're not willing to give down so easily. Hold on. Let me go back and see the negotiations for myself. Is James Laurinaitis one that we need to bring back? Mayo wants to come back. Foster, Nick Collins. We need to trade Nick Collins. Oh, okay. So Nick Collins could be the guy that goes in that deal. Okay. So Nick Collins instead of James Laurinaitis. That might work. So let's do that. Let's trade Nick Collins along with Jared Bush because we just don't need him anymore. Now that we have Gilmore, we still have Sherman, so we don't need Jared Bush anymore. And we can go to Kansas City and we can ask them for Rob Gronkowski, and hopefully they accept this. They did. I probably could have got a little bit more for that, but we add Rob Gronkowski to this team. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay, we are cooking. Absolutely barbecuing some teams next season. But let's continue to restructure a few contracts just so that we can make sure we have enough money available to re-sign Gerard Mayo and all the guys that we need to re-sign. So we can restructure a few more contracts. A lot of these guys aren't making too much money, which is the problem. But as long as I can offer Gerard Mayo a contract is really the only thing I'm worried about. So, okay, we'll stick with that. Does that allow me to offer some contracts? It's freed up about $12 million, $13 million. It's not a lot. And there's a lot of players on this team that need to be re-signed. We're just not going to be able to have enough room to be able to, like, we can't bring back Vince. We can't re-sign unless I prioritize the younger guys like McFadden and McCourty over a guy like, but Arian Foster is so good. I mean, I can't even offer Gerard Mayo a reasonable contract. I can just barely offer Arian Foster a deal. I think I might want to do that. He's going to come back. That allows us to have $990K in available money. I think we might have to trade Gerard Mayo. I hate to say it, but I just simply can't afford him, and I've already restructured enough contracts, and I can't pay him. So there's no trade packages for Gerard Mayo, which makes sense because he's very, very good. The Bears need a middle linebacker, that's for sure. Let's see. Can I get a middle linebacker in return? Dante Hightower. I would prefer somebody that's not so crazy expensive on the cap. Maluga, Vilma, Ellerby. Come on, there's got to be a middle linebacker that's not crazy expensive, right? Kuechly. I don't think we'd be able to get Kuechly. D'Amico Ryans was just a fantastic player, but he's way too expensive. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's enough. There's not that many linebackers that I can really afford, can I? I mean, I can afford them. I don't think that we can get them, and it wouldn't be smart to get them. Dante Hightower is about the best guy that we can get back in return. So I'll go for Dante, and I'll ask for a 2014 first-round pick and a 2014 second-round pick. That puts us over the cap. So I'll get rid of the second-round pick. That puts us over the cap. Dante Hightower is too much money. So we can't get Dante Hightower. No Dante Hightower. So I got to keep on looking again. There's got to be somebody that is not expensive but very good. Who is that? I mean, we don't have to necessarily get anybody back in return. We can just go straight up for draft picks. But I'd like to get a replacement for Gerard Mayo. I mean, we have Bobby Wagner. We have James Laurinaitis. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Maybe I could get like Brandon Spikes and a couple first-round picks. Give me a first-round pick and a second-round pick in 2014. Trade offer decline. We don't feel the offer brings enough value. Oh, so I got to give something back in return? What about if I ask for your first-round pick this year? What do you say to that? Okay, that takes it down a whole lot. Okay, what about if I offer you a nice little 7th-round pick? Trade offer accepted. So Gerard Mayo and a 7th-round pick this year gets us a Brandon Spikes, which is a fine linebacker replacement, or a fine linebacker fill-in, and then we get a first-round pick and a second-round pick next year. So now we are rocking with 3 first-round picks in 2014. That is beautiful. That's exactly the kind of situation I wanted to be in. We have to trade Darren McFadden and Max Unger. I don't know how we're going to be able to do that. Are they going to be valuable? Can we get even more first-round picks for 2014? Let's go to running backs. Darren McFadden. This is why we drafted Marquise Pouncey. This is the reason. And we'll probably have to trade Ramon Foster as well. We can get Connor Barwin. Okay. There's got to be a team that's going to be giving me a first-round pick for these guys, right? Cincinnati would give me a first and a second in 2014. Very close. They almost will. What else do I have to give them? I can't give them players, so we have to go to the draft picks. I can give you a 5th-round pick this year because I don't need that. That might allow me to offer for a 4th-round pick in 2015, right? No. Okay. So I'll just take this. That's fine. All right. So those players gets us another. That's 4 first-round picks in 2014. We are loaded for the 2014 draft, which is one of my favorite drafts. So now we need to trade, I guess, Vince Wilfork. Maybe Jason McCourty. Maybe Jason McCourty. Look at the draft next year. We have 4. No, we have 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first-round picks. And 3 seconds for 2014. Oh, we're going to be loaded. We are going to be absolutely loaded. Let me see if I can get a D-tackle back in return for Vince Wilfork. What kind of D-tackle can I get? I might be able to grab myself Fletcher. Can I get Fletcher? No, because the Bengals have cap room issues. So can they give me somebody back in return and we can be cool? Who do they have? They don't have anybody that I want, do they? They've got Aaron Hernandez. Give me your booty. Give me Ashton your booty. And we can call it a deal. I guess not. Okay. What about if I offer you a 4th-round pick this year? They say they don't like that. I respect it. I have 3 second-round picks in 2014. I can make some magic happen. I also have 2 third-round picks in 2014. What about if I offer you one of those? They don't like that. Okay, we're not gonna get Fletcher Cox. He's not gonna be possible to attain because I'm not willing to give up more than what I was offering there. So Cincinnati is off the table, or whatever. Cleveland's off the table. Whoever we were just with. There's got to be somebody else though. There's always somebody else. Dontari Poe. I like that. And the Falcons have a heck of cap room, but Dontari Poe is going to be unattainable for what I'm asking to give up or what I'm trading away. I could throw in Jason McCourty, I guess. Ndamukong Suh's 26. He's going to be almost impossible unless we get a 1st-round pick. And I don't want to do that. So let me go back to Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe is possible if I'm willing to give up Jason McCourty along with him. And we have a lot of depth at corner. And I guess it's not possible. Okay, Dontari Poe, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game. You are not attainable. I got to get a D-tackle replacement. I don't want to have just one D-tackle going into the draft. So we got to find a D-tackle replacement. I don't know who that D-tackle will play. Maybe Derek Wolfe. It's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see. Is that Jarrell Casey? Ooh. Ooh, this could be possible. There we go. So Vince Wilfork and Jason McCourty head to Minnesota for Jarrell Casey in return. I'm fine with that. We got enough value. We have 5 first-round picks in 2014. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Let's get to the off-season, or the actual free agency period. We're obviously not going to be able to make any moves in free agency unless it's for somebody that doesn't cost anything. Peyton Manning leaving the Philadelphia Eagles after winning an MVP. Vince Young leaving the Titans after winning a Super Bowl. This is quite the draft, or quite the free agency, but we're not going to be able to make any moves, so we just move to the draft. We move on to the NFL draft, and we hope and pray that we got ourselves quite the draft. We probably just need to draft depth pieces in any other round except for the first round, because we don't have a backup quarterback. We have 2 D tackles. We're pretty thin there. I don't know. We maybe need to get another. We have pretty good corners, so we're good on corner. I need to take a look at the team. Before we take a look at the mock draft or we do any focus players or anything like that, we need to take a look at the squad and see our holes, see what our needs are. So on the offense, we have Marquise Pouncey now starting. Offensive line's looking pretty good even with the loss of Max Unger. Tight end, I need to do the generate best lineup so we can get all the boys in here. So let me do that real quickly. Generate best lineup. Boom. Now Gronkowski's right in there. Okay, so the offensive line's looking really good still. We need to get a backup running back. That's for true. AJ Green's looking good. Offensive is looking pretty amazing. Defensively, we're also looking pretty good. Yeah, Earl Thomas starts now. Cam Chancellor's Superstar X Factor. Yeah, we just need to get backups, really. We need to get backups in this, and that's what really this draft is all about. The 2013 draft is all about backups. So we just need to get some backups, and we'll be good to go. So we probably need to look at running back. So I'm going to do like Latavius Murray as a backup running back. We could do a Keenan Allen. That could be fun. And then we don't need tight end anymore. We could always use offensive line. I'll keep an eye on offensive line. You can always use that. And then I really want to know how bad Deion Jordan is, so I might waste this last one on Deion Jordan. We've done this draft so many times that I kind of know how good everybody is. So I kind of want to finish Deion Jordan and see how bad he actually is. So we're going to use our final one on him, and then we will go to the draft. Although I want to see mock draft number 5. So mock draft number 5 has Eric Fisher going 1, Luke Jokel going 2. Okay, flip-flopped of real life. Hopkins, yada yada yada. We pick at number 31, taking Le'Veon Bell. You know what? If Le'Veon Bell falls to me at 31, I'll take him. I'm not going to trade up to get a player. I'll take Le'Veon Bell. He can be a backup to Arian Foster. I'm fine with that. I mean, we're looking at backups anyway. Let's get to the draft. I'll take Le'Veon Bell. I didn't think he was going to fall to us. That's why I didn't even focus on him in the focus players, because I didn't think he was going to fall to us. Number 1 pick is the Raiders. The Raiders. And they take Eric Fisher. Luke Jokel. I'm assuming this is going to go pretty much the way that the mock draft had it, and it looks like it is. Hopkins goes to the Jets. Jonathan Cooper, Desmond Trufant. You know what? Let's get to the pick 31 here. Did Le'Veon Bell actually fall to me? He did. Le'Veon Bell is available, and I don't think I can pass up on him. I mean, there's a couple players here that are fine and dandy, but especially the guy like Darius Slay, who would be awesome to have. But, I mean, you can't pass up on Le'Veon Bell. When you got Le'Veon Bell on the board, you can't pass up on him, especially when we need a backup running back. So, Le'Veon Bell, welcome to the squad. Our backup running back has been acquired. Now we skip all the way to pick 31 of the second round. Who's going to be available? No Darius Slay, no surprise. We do need to get a backup quarterback for Rodgers. Cyprin, Swearinger. What's the board look like? So we don't need any of these running backs anymore. All of the receivers are gone except for Adam Thielen and Denard Robinson. Travis Kelce's still available. We don't need Travis anymore. We have Gronkowski. So Teron Armstead's also gone. I thought about taking him probably, but he's gone now. Man, there's not a whole lot, is there? A lot of my board is off the board. Jordan Poyer could be a good pickup. We could move him to safety. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe we should take Travis Kelce so that we can trade Vernon Davis in a couple of seasons and then have Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski on the same team. I've just convinced myself. I have just convinced myself to take Travis Kelce and then have Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce at the same tight end core. Oh my God, I'm going to come. That's crazy. So let's go to the third round now. And maybe we take a quarterback this round. Let me take a look at the board. Make sure there's nobody that we're going to miss out on. Jordan Poyer's still there. You know what? I'll take Jordan Poyer with this pick. Get ourselves a backup safety. Always useful. Always useful. Then we go to the 4th round, and I'll take a look at quarterback. I could take Denard Robinson and make him a quarterback. I might do that. That sounds kind of fun. Take Denard Robinson, make him a quarterback again, like he was in college. He was electric in college. Denard Robinson, you're going to be normal development. You're going to be a bad overall, but you're going to be my 4th round pick. 92 overall speed, 92 acceleration. He's going to be Rodgers' backup quarterback for at least a couple of seasons. That's a pretty fun pick. I like that. I like that. All right, now we go to... We could get Micah Hyde as well. You know what? Let's just get Micah Hyde, too. We got Jordan Poyer already. Might as well get the other Bill safety. Former Bill safety. Micah Hyde. Then we go to the 5th round. We have a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick. Let me grab... Let's just grab Adam Thielen here. I mean, we don't really need receiver, but he's one of the best ones available. So we'll grab Adam Thielen. We'll go to the 6th round, see what's available, and then probably, I guess we will have to simulate out of it because this is our last pick. So it's going to be A.J. Bouye because we know how good he is. Boom. That's quite the draft right there. Now, obviously, you're going to see a little bit of a outlier in Denard Robinson because he's going to be super low overall. He's going to be very bad. He's going to be even worse at quarterback, but he's going to be a quarterback, so it's going to be pretty fun. 78 overall is Le'Veon Bell. Kelsey's a 73. 66 is Jordan Poyer. 61 is Robinson. 68, Micah Hyde and Thielen. And then 66 for Bouye. But we drafted for future possibilities, basically. That's what we drafted for. And we drafted backups. That's what I said. We needed backups. So we're going to give Denard Robinson quarterback. We're going to edit his appearance to take off that glove. He doesn't need to wear that other glove. So we're going to go to the arms. And go to the... He's a righty, so we got to take the right-hand glove off. I think he's a righty. Let's take that right-hand glove and unequip. There we go. And then we need to give this man a towel. Because I'm pretty sure he had a towel in college. So we'll give him the towel on the west side. West side! And that'll be good. There we go. We can't change his hair, obviously, because it will get rid of the portrait of Denard Robinson. So he has to be bald in the game. He is going to be a 15 overall quarterback. Okay, I got to change that. Denard Robinson is not a 15 overall quarterback. He's not good, but he's not a 15 overall quarterback. So I will change that to make him a quarterback. Ratings. Let's go to his... Let's bump his awareness up a little bit. Give us 71 awareness. And then he's got the... Not the route runnings. He's got the throw power. Bump that up. The accuracy. It's not going to be amazing, but he needs to have a little bit. His throw on the run was elite. So we'll bump that up a little bit better. Throw under pressure will be bumped up. Break sack will be bumped up. Play action will be bumped up. We'll basically get him up to like a serviceable backup, like a 60, mid-60s is basically where we'll get him. And that'll be our backup quarterback for a while. But he needs to have his throw on the run pretty good because that's what Denard Robinson did, was run around and throw. So we will make sure that all this is fine and dandy. Make sure he's got a little bit of an arm on him. All right, 68 overall. That's fine. There we go. Denard Robinson is now a 60. Oh, they gave him a 69. Okay, perfect. Nice. Denard Robinson's now our backup quarterback. And we'll take a look at the rest of the NFL. It is Le'Veon Bell, best player in the class. Le'Veon Bell, best player in the NFL draft this year. And we got him to be a backup. So I think we are swimming in riches. Let's go adjust the lineup and see how good this team looks for year number whatever we're in. We're in the 2013 season, but whatever year we're in. I can't do math. Math's hard. All right, generate best lineup. Having Travis Kelce here is just crazy, to be honest with you. And we can move on from Vernon Davis pretty soon and then have the both of them. That's insane. But we have Le'Veon Bell as the backup. Wide receivers are amazing. Now Robinson's now the backup quarterback. Offensive line looks pretty good. And then on defense, Bobby Wagner will now start. Geno Atkins and Jarrell Casey. The corners are amazing. The safeties are now amazing. We got the Legion of Boom, basically. Oh, we're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. We made the Super Bowl in this episode, but we lost it, unfortunately, to Vince Young and the Titans. Let's see if next episode we can go and actually win the dang thing, because Aaron Rodgers is not getting any younger. If you enjoyed the episode, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.